and listen to the noise as the two teams emerge from the tunnel for the first time this Leeds centenary season. Underway with a win, and they'll want to extend that winning start to this season. Tremendous roar as the team is led out by the skipper Liam Cooper, a man who had an excellent game last weekend. And the season's first chorus of Marching On Together rings out from all around the ground.
I'll tell you, Bryn, as a Leeds fan, boyhood dream to play for the club, so knowing what these boys are going through now, so special. And every player gets what it means to wear that white shirt, give 100%, and this is what the fans can ask for. Mixing with the quality these boys possess, special bond that.
Big day for Ben White. He made his Leeds debut last weekend. He was excellent. Today he makes his home debut in an unchanged Leeds 11 that performed so impressively in winning that opening game of the season, scoring 3 goals away from home. And the Nottingham Forest side beaten at home by West Bromwich Albion. Despite that, Sabri Lamouchi sticks with the same starting 11 for them. A couple of new faces, a couple of their new signings are on the bench, including Carl Jenkinson this afternoon. There's lots of experience in their lineup as well, lots of familiar faces from championship level football, and we are expecting a tough test for Leeds this afternoon.
And you're right, Bryn, you look throughout the Forest team, a lot of championship experience from higher level. We've got the experience throughout the spine of the squad, got Dawson, centre half, Ben Watson, Grabban as a striker. So yeah, we was on top against Bristol, played ever so well, the performance was excellent. We've got to back it up today. Don't take this team very lightly because they can hurt you, but that's the championship though, isn't it, Bryn?
Nottingham Forest's away record wasn't great last season. In fact, that's what pretty much cost them any chance of making a place in the playoff positions. They only won 4 games away from home, so it was a weakness that they will hope to have addressed with a change of management. Perhaps they've had several changes of management in fairly recent months. Martin O'Neill ending the season but not starting the new one, and Sabri Lamouchi, a new name to many, coming in to take charge of Nottingham Forest. Former Rennes coach, did well with Rennes in the top division in France. This is his first experience of championship football, much like Marcelo Bielsa 12 months ago. It can be a steep learning curve. We'll see just how steep, perhaps, over the course of the next 90 minutes or so. Proceedings will start with a minute's silence. It will be signalled by our referee this afternoon, who's Rob Jones. So the noise will quieten briefly during the announcement to tell everybody that the minute's applause will be to remember all those Leeds United fans who've passed away during the summer months as we reconvene here at Elland Road. So the Leeds United family remembers those they've loved and lost. And now everybody's eyes are on the kick-off and the start of home fixtures here at Elland Road in what everyone hopes will be a momentous season for Leeds United. It has the extra weight on it of being Leeds United's centenary season. They started a season 100 years ago as Leeds City and then were expelled from the league and returned to football swiftly as Leeds United, the Leeds United Football Club that we see playing here today. Nottingham Forest it is who will get us underway. Grabban on the ball for the visitors, who are kicking from our right to left as we watch from a perfect position on the gantry right over the halfway line here at Elland Road. A fantastic position from which to watch football. And we look out on the site of a packed Elland Road. On a fine day, weather's improved, it was overcast and a little cool early on. It's warmed up considerably and there's just some sunshine breaking through the clouds. So just about perfect conditions and the pitch looks absolutely fantastic. Nottingham Forest have a throw-in on the halfway line. Down below as Robinson won't get the return pass from Silva. It goes into touch for a Leeds throw.
Just be interesting, Bryn, how it sets up. I don't know whether Nottingham Forest want to sit deep or try and put a high press on us. I think we're playing to our hands if they do have a high press, create that space. But what we need to do, what we did ever so well, the two centre-halves last week, Liam Cooper, Ben White, who's in possession now, they move the ball quick. It's easy when teams drop off to have 3, 4, 5 touches. That's a lucky shoe at Dallas.
Diagonal ball from Dallas that almost picks out Harrison. We saw that used a lot last week. The word is that Lamucci's very, very keen on getting Forest to play out from the back. And there may just be opportunities as they make the transition from one style of play, very different style of play that Martin O'Neill will have introduced, far more direct, to something that is based on playing out from the back. Whether Lamucci's had enough time to work on that new system, maybe we'll get some sort of sense of as the afternoon progresses here. Maybe there's something that Leeds might be able to exploit there.
And especially going off the keeper last week as well, made that mistake for the first goal, so might be a bit of nerves there. So the game plan, I'd say to the boys, put them under pressure. Great pass.
Long ball down the channel for Bamford to chase. Muric has come right out to the edge of his penalty area, so far indeed that he has to head the ball into touch. But there's a flag up for offside, I think, against Bamford as he'd set off on his run there when he actually made the challenge for the ball. The referee made the decision to give Nottingham Forest a free kick right on the edge of their penalty area. Muric, the man who had the difficult debut for them, the Kosovan on loan from Manchester City, is in possession now. Swings a right foot at it and drives the ball long forward up into the Leeds United half. White is chasing. Adomah, very familiar figure, played hundreds of games at Championship level. Albert Adomah, seen him on numerous occasions play here at Elland Road, wearing the shirt of Nottingham Forest this season, down the left side. Familiar role.
Sorry, Ben, that's just a slight little change up from last week. Adomah started on the right hand side with Lolley on the left, but we've had a little switch round.
I think they switched during the course of the game as well last week, so those positions could be interchangeable. Dallas in his own half to Bamford under pressure, and the ball is given away to Worrall, and Worrall's attempted pass forward is wayward, somewhere between a clearance and a pass, and it goes behind, and Casilla will get his first touch of the game wearing that blue and yellow goalkeeping outfit. Leeds all in white, as opposed to the away kit that they won the opening game at Bristol in last week. And Lamucci catches the ball inside the technical area, wearing a very fancy pair of grey suede shoes, the Nottingham Forest head coach.
I reckon you'd pull them off, Bryn.
I'll have a go. I don't think they'll be very good in the rain, though. Not expecting rain today. We were expecting high winds, but at the moment we've been spared that. Hernandez, just ahead of the run of Klich, gets the ball back midway inside the Forest half, moves from a right position to the centre, and then gives the ball away to Watson, who's quickly played it out to Lolley, right-hand side. Lolley's on a good run, and there's a foul on Lolley, and that will be a free kick to Nottingham Forest in a pretty dangerous position from Leeds' perspective, about 10 yards outside the penalty area. It's to right of centre as Forest kick towards the Kop end. First chance for the away side to swing a ball into the penalty area, you'd imagine.
Yeah, that's just where we need to be careful in possession when we got the ball in comfortable possession around the halfway line, because we commit bodies forward, the full-backs always join in, so if you give it away cheaply, the counter-attack is on there. But I thought we got back in numbers. It's fair where we sat here, but I thought Liam Cooper got a nick on the ball, but obviously the referee is a lot closer. All it means we've just got to defend this well now.
Matchday Live on LUTV, brought to you by Deliveroo Food Freedom as you await the Forest free kick. it is going to go into the penalty area. Players in red and white shirts lined up on the edge of the box as it's chipped in by Silva. It's a poor free kick, and it's an easy catch for Casilla. So Thiago Silva's first important touch is not the best. Long ball forward from Casilla. Comes out on the near side for a throw-in. Klich, good pressure to win the throw-in for Leeds.
Great goalkeeping that. Claim the cross, set away, counter-attack. Brilliant.
Forshaw in possession for Leeds. Still in the Forest half. Ball cannons up in the air. Hernandez, who was so impressive last week at Bristol City. Now Forshaw. Forshaw's misplaced ball, but Phillips wins possession back for the home team.
Well done.
Roar goes up from the home supporters. Douglas left side. Now Harrison hugging the touchline. Makes progress forward towards the edge of the box, into the box. Klich lets it run. Forshaw goes down. Referee looks at it, and referee shakes her head. Forshaw probably just crumpled a little too easily there. There was some sort of contact. The referee, Rob Jones, had a long look.
Excellent.
Didn't go for it. Forshaw with a challenge. Leeds still putting pressure on. Outside the Forest penalty area. Bamford forces the ball into touch, and Leeds can keep more pressure on. Forest have the throw in.
Excellent. You can tell the fans love that. That's what I was talking about prior to kick-off, Bryn. Giving that 100%. Always working hard for the shirt, for the badge. But going back to the penalty, sat here watching it live, I thought it was a nailed-on one. Automatically looked at the referee. He had a long think about it, put the whistle to his mouth, think he was going to give it, but decided against it.
I just thought maybe he was a little slow in making the reaction, Adam Forshaw. Maybe there was that moment's hesitation.
Excellent.
He's on possession for Leeds now, in his own half, under pressure, so he goes all the way back to Casilla. Predictably frantic opening to this game. It's Championship football. What else do you expect? Non-stop.
Has it changed much in these 21 years, Bryn?
It has, actually, yeah. It's changed an awful lot. Mind you, I was watching Premier League football the last time I did a commentary up here, Ben.
12 months later, we'll be doing that.
Absolutely. Ball over the top for Bamford to chase. Oh, and the keeper does come out, and again he heads clear from inside the D this time. Bamford was so close to really causing a problem. Klich trying to do the same now. Ball into the box. Comes in for Bamford, and just pushed away by Worrall as Bamford was maybe shaping to shoot inside the penalty area and in good space. Leeds fans lift the volume levels again.
Play with confidence in these early stages. Movement off the ball's fantastic.
Space for Dallas to move into. Up to the edge of the box now. Out wide to Hernandez. Hernandez, square ball to Klich on the edge of the area. Klich back to Phillips, just behind him. Phillips with the drive. Oh. Just bounces wide. Fingertips on it as well from Muric. So Leeds get their first corner kick.
Good effort from Calvin. We've seen plenty of times last season we get the ball 25 yards out. We try and feed little balls in between centre-halves and full-backs, but the opportunity is there to have a shot, pull the trigger. Like I say, just force the save, tip round the corner from Muric there.
Terrific noise inside Elland Road. Great excitement as the corner kick comes in now. Muric is all over the place. And Cooper was close to any sort of contact that would surely have taken the ball in then. As it is, it goes behind for a goal kick.
Nervy start from Muric. Third or fourth time where he's tried to come for things. A couple of times has come out of the box, headed things clear. That time tried to claim the cross. Unfortunately, just a little bit too high for Liam Cooper. Otherwise, we were getting a free header on an unguarded goal. But great start by Leeds.
Muric, the kick is poor as well. The goal kick drops on the head of Klich in the centre circle, and then Forest win it back, and it's driven long for Grabban. Just about his first touch. Grabban puts pressure on White. White is calm under that pressure, and Leeds United, as a result, have a throw-in off the foot of Lewis Grabban. Big money signing for Forest last season. Ended up as their leading scorer. Had lots and lots of clubs, a dozen clubs, Lewis Grabban. Goal-scoring hopes currently pinned on his shoulders at Forest. Oh, that's a poor ball for Leeds across the edge of their own penalty area there. Real lapse in concentration, and Cooper had to be alert to make sure that that wasn't embarrassing.
Yeah, it was Barry Douglas just coming on the cover. Good job as well, he didn't switch off. Because like I touched upon, when we are in possession, we're expansive in his shape. Could easily seen Barry Douglas 10-15 yards further up the pitch there, but thankfully he was on the cover. Great defending.
But Forest have a throw in. They've got two men on the near post. Interesting tactic, and it goes in long towards the near post, and it sails over the head of both of those Forest players and straight into the hands of Casilla. clearly something they've worked on. Didn't really show any sign of having come off on that particular occasion, as Lolley kicks the ball away somewhat petulantly in his own half, as Leeds win a throw-in and hold possession with Klich. Hernandez in space on the right-hand side, Harrison in possession on the left-hand side, taking on Lolley, goes past Lolley, still in possession, into the penalty area, and the referee awards a goal kick. Looked like a corner kick to me. That last touch must just have clipped off the toes, perhaps, of Jack Harrison there.
Must have done, but I don't mind that from Jack Harrison. Always said, as a winger, you're the final third, you can run at your full-back, run at him. If it don't come off like that, so be it. You can take that. Instead of being negative, trying to pass the ball behind you all the time, try to run at him. Again, Muric pings the ball straight out of play.
Yeah, his kicking's been poor. He hasn't looked a confident goalkeeper so far. Maybe they've already spotted that because they signed Bryce Samba just before the transfer deadline window closed. Like Leeds, signed a French goalkeeper. Samba's on the bench for them today, and they have Pantelimons in the squad. They have quite a lot of goalkeeping cover, Nottingham Forest. They're a huge squad, 40-plus players. Adomah in possession for them now, not far outside the Leeds box. Comes back into the path of Semedo. Semedo's ball cross-field is lost by Silva, picked up by Harrison. Applause from the home supporters as Douglas has possession. Leeds calm and patient and play the ball from left to right. And now Dallas in the right-back position to Hernandez just ahead of him. Dallas continues the forward run, crosses the halfway line with the ball at his feet. Made good runs last week, still going again here, up towards the edge of the box. Bamford was hidden a little by the defender there as he'd made his forward run. And Watson away for Forest. Now Silva and now Lolley. And it's played into the path of Semedo. Long legs stretch out, move further into the Leeds half, but the pass is between Leeds defenders and ahead of Grabban and straight through for Casilla to come and collect. Doesn't need to pick it up, rolls it out from the feet. Phillips in possession, back it goes into the left back position, edge of the penalty area, and Cooper, who gets the ball back again. And now it comes right to Dallas. Forest players drop off. Now Forshaw, who's come in front of the back line, onto the head of Bamford, but it's too high for Patrick Bamford. That one down the channel, it flicks off his forehead and goes behind for a Forest goal kick.
That's the 4th, 5th time we've tried to use that little bit of movement down the side. It's almost like we're trying to suck Nottingham Forest into a high line and then using Bamford's movement in behind just to try and stretch them.
Another shocking kick clear by the Forest keeper. Muric drops in the centre circle where Leeds briefly won possession back through Forshaw, then lose out and then concede a free kick right on the halfway line.
Yeah, the boy there, Semedo, comes with a big reputation from Benfica, and always thought that today, very key battle with Semedo, Ben Watson, Silva as the midfield three for Nottingham Forest up against our three in there. Big kind of how the game will pan out in terms of who'll get on top of that battle.
Lots of changes in the Forest squad over the summer months, 12 plus signings, most of those coming under the guidance of the new head coach. So maybe they're still at that getting to know you stage in terms of formation. Most of their familiar names are actually in the starting 11 this week and last week, so maybe the coaches recognise that the sense of upheaval could be greater if he brought in more of those new faces. But there are 1 or 2 new signings on the bench for them today. Samba we've mentioned, Jenkinson's on the bench as well. Sau is there, who signed this summer, as is Rafa Mir.
Great pass.
Hernandez for Leeds. Oh, great work on the edge of the penalty area. Chips it up just over the head of Bamford. And coming round the back, Forest have a defender in to clear the ball away, and Leeds will have to hopefully start again with Dallas pushed to the floor under the challenge of Adomah, running away from the Forest penalty area, but Leeds have a free kick which will allow them to get the attack going again. Taken quickly into the centre circle to Cooper, then Forshaw. Just like we saw at Bristol City, Hernandez really good going down the right-hand side.
It's almost like he's put another yard of pace on.
The older he gets, the quicker he gets.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had. Have you had that in the
Definitely,
the
no. My 10k times are dropping like a stone at the moment. Cooper out to the left-hand side. That's a great ball to Douglas outside of the area into Jack Harrison. Jack Harrison tries to turn the ball back to a Leeds player, on the edge of the 6-yard box. Can't quite manage it because it's diverted behind by a defender for another Leeds corner kick. Good period of pressure building from Leeds United now.
Again, those diagonal passes, Bryn, seen at Cooper out to Hernandez. This time, diagonal pass out to Barry Douglas, nearly got in.
Klich comes short. Phillips pushes the ball out along the ground to Douglas into the penalty area, into a wall of red shirts. It's headed away and out for a throw into Leeds, level with the edge of the Forest box. Leeds kicking left to right, 0-0 on the clock, on the scoreboard to our right-hand side. And now ball into the penalty area, cleared away as far as White for Leeds, midway inside the Forest half. Ball over the top, takes 2 deflections, another Leeds corner. Forest just beginning to find this difficult now. Pressure is beginning to build from the home team.
We saw that,
of an hour up.
Saw that last week, didn't we, Bryn? Just kind of wore Bristol City down. That pressure kept on applying. Similar pattern of the game so far.
It's relentless when it gets going, isn't it? Just wave after wave. Douglas with a corner, in it swings. Keeper nowhere near it again. Cleared away from a header. Comes back out to Hernandez, outside of the box, 15 yards or so. Loads of room for Douglas down the right-hand side. Onto the left foot to swing a ball into the penalty area. Over the head of Cooper, comes back out to Klich on the edge of the area. And then it's Adomah of all people on the right-hand side of the penalty box who again heads into touch. Forest just can't get away from their own penalty box at the moment. Oh, the throw-in from Klich is poor, though. It slips out of his fingers and loops up in the air, but Leeds snap into the challenge to win the ball back again and maintain the pressure on the away team. Hernandez, infield, poor pass that one from Hernandez. Rare phrase. Forest still under pressure. Bamford working hard, Hernandez working hard. Not really given a moment to think about it in possession, the away team. Watson, now Lolley's under pressure, but he does well to turn away from one challenge. Klich, brilliant, makes the interception. Leeds win the ball back. Hernandez, well, Forshaw was just that little bit too close to him there for the layoff, which was a shame. It spun away from Forshaw, and Forest get the ball back to keeper Muric, and then from Muric it's out the area, back to Muric again. This time he opts a side-footer pass, just about manages to find a teammate. Instead, it's Dawson who slices it this time straight into touch, far side. Working
ever so hard off the ball. If the first person's not getting there, if it's not a Forshaw in midfield, it's Klich backing him up. If Harrison's not getting there, it's Douglas behind him. The combinations play in possession's great, but also the combinations out of possession. That's what we're doing really high up the pitch, trying to force them mistakes.
Forest have the ball on the edge of the centre circle, just inside their own half, given away, then won back. Hernandez is frustrated because Robinson managed to take the ball back off him. And now from the right back position, the ball is played forward. Cash, the goal scorer last week, tries to go up the line to Lolley. Leeds have the ball back again, this time on the right side now, Dallas. Forshaw's come short, he goes back to White, closer to the Leeds penalty area, and then it goes square to Cooper. Now Phillips, possession stats, like it did last week, as Ben points out, is beginning to build in Leeds' favour. Dallas. Up it goes, over the top for Bamford to chase, but Worrall will get there first, goes back to the goalkeeper. Again, nervous pass out from the keeper, but Dawson just about manages to deal with it briefly, but Leeds have it back again. Harrison has the overlapping run of Douglas into the box. Great last-ditch challenge on Douglas from Semedo, who punches the air. He's so happy with that challenge. A little bit OTT that. It's a defensive tackle. Looked like he scored a goal. Leeds have a corner kick anyway.
Barry Douglas again, bombing forward down the left-hand side. Great link-up play with Jack Harrison. Get the opportunity by, again, working hard off the ball, closing down, forcing the mistake. Just sends the goals on its way, Bryn.
Phillips with a corner, swings this one into the box. Heads go up. Oh, there was a lovely space inside the 6-yard box there, but it was whacked away for Hernandez to get it ball back in there again, over the head of Cooper just. Still the pressure remains because the ball is going to go out to play far side, and it will be Leeds' ball as the rain starts to come down here quite heavily as well now at Elland Road. Leeds have another corner kick. Forest, will they wilt under the pressure that they are finding themselves under now? Phillips again gives the signal, in swinger, little deeper this time, and to the back post. Adomah is the last man there for Forest, and again The ball goes behind for yet another corner kick to Leeds. Absolutely locked inside their own box at the moment, the away team. The one thing Leeds perhaps are not doing is making these into chances currently. Is this the one? Douglas will take it. From this, the near side. Leeds kicking left to right. In it goes again. Heads up from Cooper. Taken away from Cooper. Another Leeds corner kick. Forest clinging on here at the moment. Well, Leeds have been through every one of the set-piece routines in the space of the last 2 minutes, haven't they?
Looking at the coach, I think they're going through the set-piece booklets thinking, have we got any more in his locker?
So Phillips to take it again. Same, drops into the 6-yard box, and there's the header just wide from Cooper. Goalkeeper dropped to his left-hand side, then realised it was just going to carry beyond the post, but Cooper had found space, and that's probably Leeds' best moment so far.
Well, certainly had the practice from corner taking. I think Calvin's right leg might be so he's whipped him in that much, but fantastic delivery again, both sides. Douglas on this near side, Calvin, both in swingers. Just drifted wide, that header.
21 minutes up on the clock. Matchday live on LUTV, brought to you by Deliveroo Food Freedom. 0-0 the scoreline. All the pressure being applied by Leeds United. Just looking for the breakthrough to add to that now. Ben White from the back to Forshaw. And then Forshaw square to Cooper, the man who's just had a header wide of goal. Cooper square to White again. Comfortable in possession. In this just his second championship match, Ben White. Ball over the top is a really good one to Hernandez in space. Right-hand side of the penalty area. Just pushed the ball a little too far away from himself there. Couldn't control, and it went behind for a goal kick.
He just got his head up. When he got his head up in possession, he looked into the box, there was nobody actually there. But I think if he just put in that kind of corridor of uncertainty, the runners were getting there. Bamford was there, Harrison, Klich. But it's just one of those awkward moments in possession. You have a little look up, you see nobody there, so you think, I'll take a touch. Also, with the rain coming down now, just zipped away.
Yeah, raining quite heavily now at Elland Road. Fans' new favourite song rings out. The song that suggests that Casilla and Hernandez are big fan favourites. Robinson for Nottingham Forest with a throw in towards the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Cooper is wrestled out of it by Grabban, who does finish by putting the ball into the net, but the referee's whistle had long since blown for a free kick for Leeds. Casilla goes to retrieve the ball from the back of the net. Not had an awful lot to do so far, the Leeds keeper. And long may that continue to be the case. Ball out, flicked on by Dallas, beyond Hernandez. Forest win it back. Semedo under pressure, good pressure.
No way.
Well, it looked like good pressure from Forshaw, you'll gather from the reaction. The referee doesn't agree though. Maybe just put his foot through the back of the Forest player as he won the ball, nicked it off his toe. That's how Rob Jones seemed to see it anyway. And it's a free kick to Nottingham Forest, just inside their own half, just outside the centre circle. Worrall it is who will take it. 50 plus appearances for Nottingham Forest. Young central defender. Right foot ball is a very poor ball indeed. Carries behind, and Leeds will have a goal kick. Not a Forest player anywhere close to that. Not sure what he was trying to do there.
You love them as a defender. When you get a free kick, they just shank it out of play. You think, thank you very much. Please have the next one again.
Yes, same all afternoon. Leeds take the goal kick short inside the penalty area, as of course you're allowed to do now. White inside the box to pick up possession. One of the tweaks in the rules that we've had over the course of the summer months since we've all been away. White under a little bit of pressure to play the ball forward, so he goes long. Bamford's made a good run. Bamford's made a really good run. He's in behind, just knocked the ball on and plays it across the 6-yard box. And there's nobody in a white shirt waiting for what would have been a tap in. Bamford saw a chance go begging there. Leeds have another opportunity, perhaps with Harrison now on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Beats the first man, in it goes, and it's there from Bamford, who just stabs the ball up in the air. I think it almost surprised him that the ball came to his feet. and the goalkeeper just about managed to pluck the ball out the air and then throws clear for Nottingham Forest. But another great opening for Leeds there.
Two big moments, weren't there, Bryn? Great ball from Ben White, inch perfect over the top. Another great ball from Pablo to Harrison.
Harrison, edge of the penalty area again, left side. Two defenders in front of him, so he goes back to Douglas, helping out. Douglas back to Harrison again. Again the chance to cross, left-footed, low, blocked, and it comes back out to Douglas again. Still on the edge of that Nottingham Forest box. Now Harrison in a bit more space. Ball carries off his foot and goes behind. He's unlucky there.
Very unlucky.
The defensive challenge by Cash took the ball onto the on-moving Harrison, and as a result of that, it carried off him and behind for a goal kick. Good attacking play from Leeds again there.
Yet again, putting him under pressure. Again, the movement off the ball is fantastic to see. That's the best seat in the house here, Bryn. You can see it so well, how hard they work off the ball. But Bamford, back to the first chance, just ran away from him, tight angle. And then the ball cross face to goal. Big good defender at the far post from Robinson, just managed to clear the danger.
Home fans are in really good voice. They're enjoying what they're seeing at the moment. They'd enjoy it even more if and when they see that first goal go in. Been some interesting games between Leeds and Nottingham Forest here down the years. I was here for the 3-7 game, Leeds' record home defeat.
That was a crazy game.
That was a crazy game indeed. Leeds have played Nottingham Forest as their opening home fixture once before, beat them by 1-0, and that was in the season that Leeds won the championship. So if they could repeat something similar today, would there be an omen there? We shall see.
I love little omens like that, Bryn.
Mind you, they've got to win the game first.
True.
Only ever lost an August fixture against Nottingham Forest on one occasion, Leeds. Want to continue that run as Dallas plays a deep cross from right side to left side. Harrison can't quite get to the ball. Cash is there in front of him. And Leeds have a throw in instead. Douglas now has it on the far touchline. Infield to Klich. Klich looks towards goal. Plays the ball into the box. Bamford with the marking defender Dawson on his back. That's a foul by Phillips. That might be a yellow card for Phillips there. Slightly over the top. Went for the ball but made pretty strong contact with a Forest player in the process, and that is indeed the first yellow card of the game.
I think this day and age it is a yellow card, that, Bryn. He was there to win it. I just think he just kind of mistimed the ball, just kind of went a little bit probably over the side of it more than over the top. As soon as you don't make enough contact, you go to get this yellow card these days. So just be careful, Calvin. Don't have to do too much of diving in.
There's such an enthusiasm about Leeds to win the ball back. It's a big part of what the Bielsa game is all about. Occasionally they just have to be careful that they don't go over the top a little bit.
Put him under.
And put themselves under pressure later in the game in maintaining that need to win possession back as swiftly as possible. Leeds have a free kick now. Lamucci, the Forest coach, not happy. Right out to the edge of his technical area and beyond. And then Leeds concede possession, disappointingly give the ball straight to Lolley, who crosses the halfway line for Forest now. Hernandez with a foot in quickly to force Silva away from the Leeds penalty area, up towards the centre circle. And again, Forest forced back into their own half. Dawson, short ball to Watson, Silva. And then Klich for far side for Leeds is fouled, and Leeds United had the chance to get the ball forward again from a free kick. Douglas has words with the assistant far side. And the free kick is taken quickly and taken short to Klich, still in the Leeds half. Ball down the left channel, bounces beyond Bamford, and it's an easy catch for Muric, the Forest goalkeeper. Muric drops the ball to the ground. He'll kick off the floor, which is an interesting decision given the way his kicking's gone so far, but that one's better. Clears the halfway line by some distance. White does well for Leeds to come across and get ahead of Adomah, and from White's foot the ball goes onto the roof of the West Stand above us, and a new one will be required from somewhere for the throw-in that will see the game resume.
Just settle a little bit down now, the game, isn't it? Kind of Forest kind of not growing into it, but getting a little bit more of a foothold, and It's the boy Semedo. Kept a close eye on him for the last 5 minutes. He's moving, he's trying to get involved.
Ball headed away from the Leeds penalty area. Watson underneath it, tries to get it back in that direction. Does so. White now with a looping header. And it's won by Semedo, almost on the edge of the penalty area. Phillips does well to hook the ball over his shoulder to clear temporarily, at least for Leeds. Linesman puts the flag up far side. Offside decision is given against Adomah. And that Forest attempt at an attack breaks down, and Leeds have the chance to get the ball forward again. Huge noise from the home support here in fantastic numbers. Pretty much a sellout by the looks of it at Elland Road this afternoon. For this, the first home game of the 2019-20 season. Leeds having started with an excellent victory at Bristol City last weekend. Leeds have the look of a really good counter-attacking team anyway for those away fixtures. Maybe greater scrutiny on how they manage to transfer that to playing here at home, when teams are less likely to be expansive, more likely to be that bit more cautious and to invite Leeds to come and have a go at them. So far, Leeds enjoyed lots of possession in this game. They have created opportunities. The scoreline remains 0-0.
And when you do have that possession, Bryn, and you look at the scoreline, it's still 0-0. Still keep doing the same things over and over again. You don't need to try and force the game just because you haven't got that goal in the first half. Keep believing in your methods, keep believing in your philosophy. And we've seen it throughout the course of last year, seen it, of course, at Bristol City. Teams can't live with you if you do it at a sustained period of time.
Yeah, Leeds really did grind Bristol City down last week. Started by quietening a big home crowd down in the opening stages, and then just built and built and built through Hernandez. Fantastic first half goal. Second half really controlled things, added 2 more before a late consolation for the home team. But Leeds were rarely under any pressure. Not had an awful lot to do here defensively so far, and they continue to try and attack on it at every opportunity. Still, the rain comes down heavily here at Elland Road. Hernandez,
Great
good ball in
pass.
field to Klich. Klich, quick layoff to Bamford. Bamford on the edge of the penalty area. Got a lot of work to do to keep the ball for Leeds. Manages the first part of that job at least. Now has support from Hernandez. Hernandez tries to play a quick ball into the path of Dallas. It comes off the defender Semedo and back for a throw-in, which Hernandez takes. And now Klich on the touchline. Plays a ball into the 6-yard box, and Dawson is the only man there to head clear. Leeds win it back through Hernandez. Hernandez goes to ground, but in doing so pulls down Silva. And it will be a free kick to Nottingham Forest, a chance for them to relieve some of the pressure on their penalty area.
Every time we inject that little bit of sharpness, that little one-touch passing, the ball from Pablo straight into, I think it was Klich, nearly set Bamford off. That's when we're at its best. See things early, do it early.
32, nearly 33 minutes gone here at Elland Road. Leeds United 0, Nottingham Forest 0. And it's the away team in possession, just inside the Leeds half. Adomah on this near side, back to Robinson. Robinson square in field to Silva. Great pressure on every Forest player in possession. Dawson doesn't hang around before playing the ball wide to Watson. Second challenge of Watson on Douglas. Called for a foul by the home supporters, not given by the ref. He saw it as being a clean challenge. Leeds have it back anyway through Douglas himself, who's back on his feet. And now Cooper to calm things down. Square ball to White. Dallas on this right-hand side. Leeds kicking left to right. White in possession, still in their own half, Leeds. Now Cooper. Now Forshaw comes to join in. Back to Cooper again. Forest have dropped off. Let Leeds play there. And then a longer ball, diagonal ball from Cooper to this right-hand side, and Dallas, who has to try and win the ball in the air. Adomah helps with a clearance up and over the halfway line, but White awaits and can go back to Casilla, who's all alone on the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Out to Cooper. Now Forshaw, and Forshaw spots the run of Harrison left-hand side. Ball is headed away from Harrison by Cash, comes back to Forshaw again. Harrison again makes the run, but he goes short. Forshaw to Phillips. Phillips switches play left to right.
Well,
Dallas has good space on this right-hand side. Chance to run at Forest defenders. Now he comes to Klich, and Dallas helps Klich out. Gets the ball back off Klich. Cross loops up and comes back out. Poor headed clearance straight to Klich. Klich curls it in, looking for Harrison. Not quite enough power on that. cleared away from Harrison by Cash, comes back for Leeds, and Cooper again. Long period of possession football for Leeds United. Now Douglas on the left hand side in the Forest half, short ball in field to Phillips. Leeds again look to open play up, and they come through White to Dallas on the right hand side. Back it goes to the halfway line, and White again. He has options going forward. He picks out Klich. Klich has the run of Dallas, and just an important foot out from Robinson to stop the ball going into the forward run of Dallas there. Now quick free throw in taken to Klich, and back into the centre circle to Cooper. You get an idea of how Leeds are holding possession, working the ball from side to side. Now Harrison down the left hand touch line, chance to cross for Harrison, bit of space, it comes into the centre, it's headed away by Dawson before it drops to Bamford, and then Watson with Lolley in support, and then Silva. But Leeds win the ball back again, and then Forest briefly at least have it. Now they have a free kick. That's a disappointing decision by the referee there. I don't see anything in that at all. Forest player dropped to the floor, two Leeds players close, but I didn't see much contact.
No, it seemed a bit soft, but just a little period of play there, Bryn, wasn't it? Very patient, going down the left hand side, nothing really happening. Start from the centre half out to the right. And that's what you need to do. That's what I'm talking about. Stick to your game plan. Don't try and force things because you haven't got a goal so far. Keep having that build-up play, because all you're doing is by switching it from one side to the other. You're just stretching them. Forest midfield players, stretching the back four, just try and create that little bit of space.
Really raining heavily here at Elland Road now, which may make the surface a little more slippery. It's going to be slick at this time of season anyway, as we've already mentioned. The pitch in fantastic condition, as you see pretty much everywhere these days. Nottingham Forest throw in down the line, looking for Adomah. Adomah can't make possession, can't keep possession. Ball rolls away from him, goes behind for a Leeds United goal kick.
I think it's two full-backs building up from Bristol City. Stuart Dallas, Barry Douglas. I think they've been excellent. So I know it's only a game and nearly a half into the season, but yeah, going forward they offer energy. It's almost an extra winger having those two, but the defensive duties as well, that's where they're going to get judged on. And Stuart Dallas there, great 1v1 defending.
Oh, White does really well under pressure from Grabban there. Takes the ball past the Forest player before rolling the ball into the path of his central defensive partner, Cooper.
Well played.
That's a little more risky as the ball comes back to Cooper from Phillips, but he deals with it well. No danger. White brings the ball forward for Leeds over the halfway line into Hernandez just outside the centre circle. Now Forshaw wide to Harrison left side. Douglas is on the overlap and he gets the ball, and Douglas crosses into the box towards the edge of the 6-yard area now, where it's headed clear by increasingly pressurised looking Nottingham Forest central defenders. More and more balls coming into the penalty area for them to have to deal with. Klich and Harrison, edge of the area, don't quite link up, slightly different wavelength there. But Leeds win it back through Bamford. Bamford comes into a strong challenge. Klich has a bit of space, plays it in field to Hernandez. Hernandez turns and shoots. Bamford will chase the deflection. Leeds have a throw in near side. Just get the sense, with 38 minutes on the clock, that something might be coming here for Leeds United. Yeah,
again, getting that same feeling we had at Bristol. Brinware turning the screw, just comes off hard work. Sheer determination, working hard off the ball. You're amazed how many goals opportunities you get just by your hard work.
Nottingham Forest are beginning to have a bit of a weary look about them, as Dallas tries to go past the challenge of Robinson, knocked the ball beyond the Forest player, ran into the Forest player, fell to the floor, looked to the referee, and the referee Rob Jones shook his head, nothing doing.
Yeah, I kind of gave a half-hearted referee shout there, Bryn. it's one of those, I think. Outside the penalty areas, you get probably a free kick, but I think it's too lenient to give a penalty kick there.
Would have been a big call, that's for absolutely certain. You get the feeling that Forest will be quite happy to get in at half-time with the scoreline as it is now. Muric taking his time over this goal kick clear, and Cooper immediately wins the ball back with a header down to Harrison, and Leeds want to get going as quickly as possible. Patient in the build-up. Klich down the line, he was looking for the run of Forshaw there, didn't quite find him, but Leeds again force an error from Nottingham Forest. That's what we're seeing there, more and more mistakes being made by the away side now as the pressure remains relentless on the man in possession. Forshaw is the man in possession for Leeds now. Paul Ball tries to win it back from Silva. Silva's fouled by Forshaw. pulls him, just drags him down to the ground. Got yellow carded last weekend at Bristol City. A couple more of those, and he might have the same again this afternoon. But in that role he has to be absolutely committed to the cause in there. His job to win the ball back for Leeds, to get things going again. So when Silva wriggled away from him, he had to be brought down. Free kick is still not being taken by Dawson. Now it's taken, right foot curled forward for Semedo. Semedo out wide to Adomah, who switched wings just for the moment. Cash trying to help him out. Leeds hook clear from Cooper. Now Klich loops a header up in the air, and it goes out for a Nottingham Forest throw in, midway inside the Leeds half. Forest will be delighted to be in that position, having again perhaps just weather that little Leeds United storm.
Yeah, they're trying to have a little trick in the book, aren't they? Slowing everything down, free kicks, throw-ins, kicking the ball away.
And now they'll have a corner kick there, first of the afternoon. So Leeds need to remain vigilant as we head into the 41st minute of play. Corner kick will be taken from the far side. Forest kicking from our right to left. And we hear, perhaps almost the first time this afternoon, the away supporters' voices from down below us. Lolley it is with a corner kick. In it goes. Over the head of Robinson. Dallas was, I think he was picking him up. It was overhit anyway, the corner kick, and the ball rolls out actually for a Leeds United throw-in down by the corner flag on the near side. Forshaw back to Dallas, under pressure from Semedo. Comes off Semedo and goes behind for a Leeds goal kick. Better opportunity for Leeds to get things going again quickly. And they take that opportunity with a goal kick straight out to Cooper on the edge of the Leeds United penalty area. Cooper more than happy to play it square to White, and then from White again it goes further wide to Dallas, back in field to White, and White has Cooper available. And now Cooper looks forward and plays the ball wide left to Harrison, who's made the run. Cash has done well in front of Harrison there to intercept and nod the ball into touch for a Leeds throw-in. Taken very quickly. Forshaw infield to Hernandez. Forshaw's brought down. That'll be a Leeds free kick. Late challenge by Semedo on Forshaw. It's to the left of the Forest penalty area, out quite a way outside the box, but a chance for Leeds United to get a ball into that penalty area. Maybe if there's one thing Leeds are lacking a little in comparison to some Championship teams they'll come up against, it's height, but they've pushed the central defenders, are both up there. Cooper hoping to make his presence felt. Did score goals for Leeds last season. White on the edge of the penalty area making his home debut. How dearly he'd love to mark that with a goal. Also in there Bamford and Dallas, and that's the entire Leeds grouping inside that penalty area, on the edge of that penalty area. Phillips with the free kick. In it comes now, goes in deep, and this is an easy catch for Muric. And he bowls the ball underarm to Cash just outside the penalty area. A couple of minutes to go in regulation time in the first period. Leeds 0, Nottingham Forest 0. Grabban wide to Lolley. To Silva and back to Lolley again. He has a bit of space now. Comes in onto the right foot. Cooper gets a foot in. Ball goes into touch for a Forest throw-in. Matchday Live on LUTV, brought to you by Deliveroo Food Freedom. Nottingham Forest with a throw-in. And again, not
speed him up,
keen to take anything too quickly now. More than happy, I'm sure, as Grabban wrestles with Cooper to see the first half out, get in at 0-0. Bamford,
great
good touch to Klich on the halfway line. Klich can set off towards the penalty area, still going with the ball at his feet, hooks the ball into the box, comes back almost for Klich from a defensive challenge, but not quite. White picks up for Leeds, chance to try and put the momentum and the pressure back on again. That opportunity is lost as the ball is given straight from White to Adomah, and then it goes back to Worrall on the edge of the Forest box. Chipped forward to Grabban inside the Forest half still. White's on his back now. Phillips is on his back, forces Grabban back towards his own area where Dawson has it for the away team, Forest skipper. And it's a poor ball from an experienced player, Dawson, former England international indeed, the North Yorkshireman. Ball carries all the way through down the channel straight into the hands of Casilla. We're into the last minute of the first period. Won't be much to be added on. Barely been a stoppage.
Nice.
Hernandez, good play by Leeds again. Hernandez up towards the edge of the area. Dawson slices under pressure and Leeds win the ball back through Dallas. Now Hernandez on the edge of the penalty area. Chips the cross up, comes to the edge of the box where Klich waits. Can't pick up the second ball. Fouls Silva. And the referee actually gives Forest the advantage. And now he gives the free kick when they were about to lose possession. Free kick taken too quickly. Groans from the home supporters, frustration perhaps as well. Just that ball into the box at the moment, maybe just too easy for the two central defenders at this stage.
I also think have a bit of intelligence of how we're putting the balls into the box, because we're getting some great positions and there's been so many crosses that's gone in from both flanks. But you look at the two sides of the centre halves, you mentioned kind of the height difference, the big lads. So Worrall, Dawson, they'll love all day long crosses coming in so they can head clear. I don't think they'll enjoy little movements down the side, so just don't be too predictable when you get into those wide areas. Yeah, it's easy to put the ball into the box, but just try and mix it up a little bit.
We're into one added minute here at the end of the first half, and it's the away side briefly in possession. And they get a better opportunity to see the last few seconds out in the first period now, because they have a throw-in down below us in front of the away dugout. Robinson will take it for them. The referee has a first or second look at the watch, knowing that our action is almost up, and there indeed goes the half-time whistle. We are almost underway at the start of the second half. Leeds look to continue the winning start to the season. Whistle goes, off we go. And it's Leeds United who have possession. Matchday Live on LUTV, brought to you by Deliveroo Food Freedom. Harrison, left-hand side, just outside the box now. Wide to challenge into the near post. Bamford had made the run diagonally. Almost came back into the path of Harrison before it's hacked clear. Leeds right onto the front foot in the opening seconds of the second half. Klich picks up from the throw-in to Harrison. Leeds playing in a tight triangle. Plenty of red shirts around as well. And the throw-in ends up with the away team. Where a slight deflection of Jack Harrison. Even at the beginning of the second half, Cash not exactly in a hurry for Forest to take the throw in. Now it goes long down the line onto the head of Barry Douglas. Left side for Leeds. Hooked back into the Leeds half. Cooper up against Grabban. Cooper under a bit of pressure, so nods the ball into touch near side, level with the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Leeds kicking right to left second half.
Just think what we're good against Bristol City, Bryn. Start of the second half, we started ever so right. We're on the front foot. Just need a similar start. Nearly did that with Harrison. A little cross drilled across the 6-yard box.
Cash with a throw-in. Already shown he's happy to throw long, and he does that again. In towards the near post. Semedo loops the ball on to the penalty spot. Dallas wins the header for Leeds. In the sunshine on the left-hand side. Bamford chases gamely. Tries to put pressure on Worrall, but it's fairly comfortable for Worrall, and Worrall back to the keeper Muric, and now Dawson, right-footed, swings the ball out to the far touchline, nodded on by Semedo, straight to Dallas, and from Dallas the ball flicks off Semedo and out for a throw-in to Leeds United on the right-hand side in front of the east stand. Leeds fans still retaking their seats after the half-time break. Another big crowd here at Elland Road. We love to see those all season. Top tier of the East Stand is open. Ben White tidies up defensively for Leeds. Casilla. Cool pass out of the penalty area to Douglas, and now Harrison in his own half. Phillips comes in field to offer support. Back it goes to Douglas under a bit more pressure. Maybe Forest keener to get at Leeds in possession, where they were more content to stand off Leeds in that first period, particularly when Leeds were playing the ball out from the back. What Leeds are doing at exactly this moment through Dallas. Infield to Ben White, and then he switches play, looking for Harrison. Cash wins a header to block it, comes back for Klich, and then back for Cash again. Cash could go back to the goalkeeper, opts instead to hook up towards the halfway line. Cooper lets it run out of play. Leeds United throw in, chucked back into Kiko Casilla, who's come out of the penalty area. He goes a little further forward to White wide to Dallas. Dallas up to the halfway line and over the halfway line to Hernandez. Hernandez is being watched by Adomah. Switches play, poor ball from Hernandez. That was careless. Phillips had to step in to win the ball back for Leeds, and there are moments of pressure. Now Harrison infield to Klich, good movement from Leeds. Harrison infield, Forshaw lets it run, and Bamford's just offside. Has a crack on goal anyway, but the flag had been long since raised.
Good movement though, again, people rolling off the line. I was going to say about watching Pablo Hernandez, I thought they might drift him infield a little bit more because he played that role to great effect. Never stays out on that touchline as an out-and-out right winger. Always drops into those little number 10 positions, plays in between the lines. Just wonder if they start to do that, but with Jack Harrison there rolling off the line, causes defenders loads of problems, that sort of movement.
Leeds have a strong-looking bench, it has to be said. They've got attacking options on there. Alioski, in particular, Helder Costa. Berardi, of course, involved again after completing his suspension, potentially. Dallas for Leeds forward and over the top. That's not the best ball from Stuart Dallas. He acknowledges that fact as well, and it carries all the way through to Muric, the goalkeeper. And now Dawson swings the ball forward to looking for Grabban. Dallas has it back again for Leeds. Infield into the centre circle to Phillips. Phillips to the edge of the centre circle and Forshaw. Now Cooper still leads in the centre of the park. Now Douglas on this the near side touchline. And now Forshaw. Harrison's ball goes at Cash and off Cash, and then back to Harrison, and then out for a throw-in to Nottingham Forest. Cash takes his time over the throw-in again. Versatile player, Matty Cash. Short throw this time. Some drops to the ground as if Klich had caught him. Referee saw it and gave nothing. Douglas gives the ball under pressure to Cooper. Cooper under pressure gives the ball away to Silva. Silva wide to Adomah as Semedo makes a run forward, and Adomah still with a crack from the edge of the penalty area, which comes off the outside, I think, of the right boot, and as a consequence sails fairly harmlessly wide. Just the first glimpse of something perhaps for Nottingham Forest. They've not had an awful lot in terms of attacking play in this game so far. Adomah found a little bit of space just outside the Leeds penalty area there.
Yeah, first sign, growing a little bit in confidence, growing into the game. And look, we know what the Championship's like, Bryn. You have to earn your right every single game. No one's going to roll over, give you the 3 points. And this is the perfect example of this game here. I think many people up and down the country would have this down as a home win. But you just can't turn up and expect to get the 3 points. You've got to go out there and say you've got to earn it. You've got to fight for every point.
Slightly scrappy start to the second half from Leeds United. A little bit of a lull in terms of the atmosphere. People still coming back, as we've said, from a half-time interval. Maybe the fans can play their part here, just lifting the volume levels, getting Leeds back at it again, but they'll keep going. Dallas, that's a better-looking ball, is just slightly too far ahead of Bamford. Goes through to Muric, and then it's cleared all the way into the Leeds half, where it's easy for White, and he can start Leeds going again with a pass down the line to Hernandez in field to Klich, and now Klich has Harrison wide with a bit of space onto and into the edge of the penalty area. Harrison ball left foot, gets the ball up to Bamford, and Bamford hits the crossbar. Forshaw with a follow-up, and now Harrison edge of the area miscontrols, and Leeds inches away from the opening goal there.
So unlucky, Bryn.
Forest tried to break in response. Semedo, it's 3v2. Leeds have got to get men back quickly. Phillips drops back to help out in the penalty area. Grabban on the left side of the box, but now Leeds can break as Grabban misplaces his pass behind Adomah. Forshaw though, oh my word, he needed a call there. He's caught in possession by Grabban. Forest come again. Phillips does really well to nick the ball away from Lolley, and now Leeds build again from the halfway line. Came so close to the opening goal. Bamford hit the ball into the ground from close range. It looped up and over the keeper and hit the crossbar. Leeds couldn't follow up.
Difficult technique is that for Bamford. Such an awkward height. He just tried to concentrate, get it low, trying to get it on target. See so many times they can balloon over the bar, where he just hits it straight into the ground. Unfortunately, just hit the bar.
Phillips over the top for Bamford, who controls well and chips goalwards and just gets it wrong. So close to the opening goal. Keeper had come to the edge of the area. Terrific ball forward from Phillips. Great control from Bamford. Brought the ball down, lifted it over the oncoming keeper and just wide of the far post.
Unreal touch by Patrick Bamford there. His movement, different class again, just peeling off the shoulder of Dawson. Phillips, inch perfect pass. As they could have panicked, just ever so unfortunate, just drifted wide of that far post. So you can feel it's coming, Bryn.
Leeds push again. Now Dallas down the right-hand side, goes to ground. Is that a free kick to Leeds United? No, says the referee. Adomah brings the ball away for Nottingham Forest. Silva in field, tackled by Forshaw. Forshaw is penalised for the challenge through the back of Silva, and play restarts quickly with a Forest free kick. Silva back in possession. Adomah loses out. Leeds snapping into the challenges again. Now the noise levels begin to increase. Phillips on the right foot. Again, the run of Bamford is his target. Bamford will get the ball off the back of Worrall. Still Bamford in possession. Strong. And plays the ball back to Forshaw. Forshaw in a supporting role. Switches play to Harrison. Left side of the penalty area. Harrison into the penalty area. Douglas waiting. Harrison gets the ball back again. Douglas in support if he needs him. Goes instead to Klich. Klich near side touchline. Still level with the edge of the Forest box. Hernandez plays a diagonal pass to Harrison to cross. Low into Klich. Klich into penalty area. Hernandez plays the ball along the ground and straight into the hands of a very relieved Forest goalkeeper, Muric. And Leeds have to defend now at the other end as the ball is thrown out quickly to Grabban, and White does ever so well. Stands his ground, gets the ball out of play.
Just like we spoke about end of the first half, Bryn, about mixing the crosses up from out wide. We've seen it numerous times at the start of the second half. We've not stood crosses up. We've tried to have little cutbacks, little reverse passes. It's nearly paid off there. Pablo did everything right. He just thinking was going to take a touch, try and open it out, curl into the far corner. Opted first time. Unfortunately, it just went straight down the keeper's throat.
55 minutes gone. Leeds 0, Nottingham Forest 0. Leeds are creating good chances at the start of the second half. Playing the ball out really well. Look at the space Phillips has got as the ball comes out from the edge of the penalty area. Now he can drive over the halfway line, and Harrison's gone wide of him. Cash has to chase back to try and close the space down. In it goes from Harrison. Didn't quite get it right for Klich there, and the late challenge on Dawson means Forest will be very, very happy to have a free kick and the chance to clear a ball away, and they'll make the first change of the game, the away side. So is coming on, Samba So is coming on, one of their new faces, and he's coming on to replace Thiago Silva, who's not really been involved too much so far this afternoon. So for Silva, and Samba So, who's had a trip around Europe in recent seasons, come to the club from Dinamo Moscow, but played in Turkey as well, Malian international of some experience, 30 years old, plays as a central midfielder or a defensive midfielder. Looks like he's going to go into the central midfield role, just gives his teammates the signal as to what the formation's going to look like with him in the centre now. Maybe just to tighten things up a little bit in there as Leeds have begun to find more space at the start of the second half. Harrison trying to do exactly that now. Good ball forward to Klich. Closed down by Silva, gets the ball to Bamford, left-hand side. Bamford goes back in field to Harrison. Harrison's closed down by Lolley, so he goes back to Douglas. Douglas will look to go maybe wide to the right. Instead comes in field, and it's just away from Forshaw. That's disappointing. There's a chance for Leeds to build something there. Forest instead have that opportunity now. On the halfway line, Adomah goes back to Watson. Watson forced back by Forshaw's presence. Now Worrall on the ball, comes into Grabban. Grabban has to run it back into his own half. Under pressure from White, who stretches but can't quite make proper contact. So with his first touch for his new club. Poor ball from Cash. Forces So back into his own half. And So goes all the way back to Muric. And for Muric, the kick is better now. He seems to have got his mojo back as far as the kicking from the penalty area goes. The Forest keeper, Forshaw foul, but referee allows play to continue because Leeds United have the possession in their own half. Forshaw wide to Hernandez. Seen so much of Pablo Hernandez on the ball in the second period. Chance now maybe to bring him into the game. Forshaw now into the centre circle to Cooper. Fouled again, Forshaw. Again the referee's seen it. Again he's allowed play to continue because Harrison has it left side of the penalty area for Leeds. Cross loops off the back of Matty Cash and into the hands of Muric. And the referee acknowledges the foul on Forshaw, who comes for a quick word with him about it. And then a looping throw forward from Muric, which goes up in the air into the Leeds half. Great distance and height on it. Straight into the head of Cooper. Bamford controls to Klich. Klich caught, but plays a great ball through. Hernandez is clear! Hernandez!
Come on!
Makes it 1-0 Leeds United. Fantastic through ball, terrific run, and a very fine finish. Leeds in front.
I was looking at the offside line, looking at the linesman on the far side. I don't know if Bamford was on or off. Timed his run back perfectly, laid it off. Who did you want the right place at the right time? 1v1 with the keeper, the magician man, the magic man, Pablo Hernandez. Almost a certainty when it was 1v1 there. Just lifted it over Muric as he was rushing out. Great finish. Goal definitely deserved. Come on, the boys.
The hour mark clicks up and the scoreboard shows Leeds United 1, Nottingham Forest 0. A fine, fine finish from a fine, fine footballer. Pablo Hernandez gives Leeds the lead.
Showed all his class, all his experience, waited for the keeper to just go down to his kind of right hand side, lifted it over him. Fantastic finish.
So Leeds have given themselves the platform. Nottingham Forest now have to come out, now have to have a go in this game. They're going to make changes as a result of the need to be more attack-minded in the closing half an hour or so. Grabban in possession for them on the halfway line. Leeds will keep doing what Leeds always do, snapping into the challenges, looking to win back possession as quickly as possible. They're doing just that now. Forest have it, work the ball out of a tight spot but then lose it. Phillips is in really, really well. Now Hernandez, midway inside the Forest half. He needs a bit of help. Now Harrison has space on this near side to attack the edge of the penalty area. Goes in low to Bamford. First touch to control. Second touch to shoot, and it goes just wide. Much, much better from Leeds.
Was so sharp in out of possession. I think Forshaw's lost count how many second balls he's won. Calvin backed him up, drove it forward, and you can see the crowd chanting Bamford's name again. Really warming to our number 9. Massive player going forward this season is Patrick. And he started this game how we finished at Bristol City, been an handful.
Nottingham Forest about to bring Ameobi on. Very tall, pretty quick, and has a good shooting foot in him as well. Saw him score a spectacular goal for Bolton Wanderers last season. Leeds under a bit of pressure. Done quite well to get the ball away. Now Forshaw has a lot of time and space, and Harrison, if they can pick him out on this left side, is all alone. He does get the ball now, has to stop a little just to win possession and control. Look to the edge of the area behind Hernandez, but he wins the ball back temporarily at least before Semedo comes clear again, temporarily at least. Another Leeds challenge flies in, and Leeds push the ball back towards the Forest area. And then as it comes back into the Leeds half, Cooper's shirt is pulled by Grabban. Leeds have the free kick, and they don't hang around. They play the ball out wide to Dallas, right side, lets the ball stop, and Hernandez pick up. Goal scorer. Now back wide right side to Dallas. Low ball in, almost Hernandez, comes back off Forshaw to Dallas again. Bamford just outside the box. Well, I tried the nutmegs on Ben Watson there, and then suddenly there's space for Semedo to run into, and Leeds have got to close the door here, because down this near side there's a chance for Forest to get a player in, Lolley. But terrific defensive work between White and Cooper. They snapped into the challenge on Semedo, took him out the game cleanly, took the ball off his feet, and Leeds come again down this left-hand side. Harrison, the game is really beginning to open up now. It has to. Forest have got to get themselves back with a goal, which may offer Leeds greater opportunity. Phillips, now Dallas. Rain comes down again at Elland Road. Ever-changing temperature, climate, the lot here. Klich tries to turn goalwards. Muric under a bit of pressure from Bamford. Manages to get the ball out to Robinson, left side, still Forest inside their own half. Semedo under pressure from Phillips. Now Watson under pressure from Klich. Klich looks like he might have picked up a knock there. But down this right-hand side is Matty Cash pushing forward for Forest now. Chance to swing across in. And behind it there is Dallas, who does ever so well to get the ball away, volley the ball away. Semedo takes it away from Hernandez though. Back to So. And now Robinson, midway inside the Leeds half. Turned goalwards from Lolley, who will shoot low and wide. Poor shot from Lolley. But the greater sign of Forest in attacking intent to be seen there now. That will be underlined by the appearance on the pitch of Ameobi. And he will replace Albert Adomah, who's found this a difficult afternoon, not really had much daylight down that left-hand side, which I think is where Ameobi will probably go to now.
Yeah, Stuart Dawson done ever so well against Adomah. Spoke about at the start of this game, plenty of championship experience. Highly thought of in this league as well as Adomah, but Dallas stuck to his game plan well. But signs of Forest trying to grow into the game. Like I said, they're going to have to take a chance now, open the game up a little bit. But the main man for him, been the main man throughout the whole game, Semedo. Really like rangy kind of runner, he's a strong runner. He's got to be careful his burst from midfield. He's playing that advanced kind of number 10 role at the moment, closer to Grabban. So Calvin's there marking him, but amongst the back two, the centre halves, your full backs, your other midfield players, don't switch off around him.
Absolutely scything down with rain now.
Can't wait for our walk back to the car.
It's the long walk. Sponsor forms all around for the new car parking arrangements here at Elland Road. It's going to be fun. Good job I've brought a coat. Dallas, far side. Hernandez on the halfway line. Dallas again to Hernandez, just keeps the ball in play, and then another pass back to Dallas, who continue to forward run. Back to Hernandez again, playing numerous 1-2s. Now space for Klich. Klich on the right-hand side, picks the ball out, comes in for Barry Douglas on the left foot. Hernandez underneath it on the penalty spot. Great control. Bamford can't quite get there. Harrison now on the edge of the area. Is he fouled by Semedo? No, he isn't. And Dallas,
excellent Dallas,
gets in to make a very timely challenge. And Leeds come again. Really open now. Klich, can he switch the play to the left-hand side? He can. Harrison can't quite control properly and just stretches a groin as he tries to bring that ball down. And shows some discomfort, which is not what we want to see, because he's been an important performer for Leeds in the opening stages of this season already. Harrison has the ball now. Hopefully he can get a ball across the penalty area. In it goes. Late challenge on Harrison.
Well, I'll foul the referee.
Got to be a free kick, surely. In front of the referee, who had a long look at it and gave absolutely nothing. It was cash on Harrison. Harrison's cross was overhit, so Leeds would have been more than happy with a free kick instead.
It's a nailed on free kick, Bryn. Don't know what the ref's kind of looking at, waiting for. Nailed on, but moments prior to Harrison trying to get him down the left-hand side, Stuart Dallas, vital sliding challenge to stop a counter-attack, because if they broke that initial kind of press from us, they had numbers on the left-hand side in Forest, so vital he's got that into Dallas.
Tackle's beginning to fly in a little now as the surface gets wet. Douglas is down, feeling his back after one from Semedo there. Forest come forward. Douglas back on his feet. Semedo in possession to Lolley near side. Chance for Lolley to cross the ball. First opportunity Forest have had. Phillips, and then Watson following up from the edge of the area with a volley from Phillips' clearance. He slices it, it goes way wide, but that was an opening. Probably Forest's best opening of the game so far.
Certainly was.
Take some finish, mine, wouldn't it?
Certainly was. Could say by his reaction he expected to do better for himself. Again, another player with plenty of experience, even in the Premier League, Ben Watson. But first real attack from Forest, where they had 5 bodies in around the penalty area. Just don't switch off. I know it's difficult, the rain coming down is torrential at the moment. So you've got to be careful with your footwork, defending, don't dive in. Just kind of hold people up, but then stay with runners, trap back in.
Matchday Live on LUTV, brought to you by Deliveroo, Food Freedom. Dallas on the right side for Leeds. Now Hernandez plays the ball into the path of Bamford, who's up to the edge of the penalty area. Now it comes back for Dallas. Dallas tries a shot, maybe a cross shot, whatever it is, takes a deflection behind, and Leeds have a corner kick.
What I love about that, Bamford took the position out as a right wing, but with floods of runners coming in trying to make that striker option. Dallas supported from full-back, which he's done throughout the game so far, been excellent at his energy levels.
He's had a really good couple of games, Stuart Dallas. Corner kick to Leeds, in it comes now from Douglas, into the danger area, still in there for Leeds possibly, if Harrison can turn goalwards on the edge of the box, trying to get past Sammy Ameobi, and then worked away from the edge of the area towards Grabban, and then it comes out on this near side for a throw into Nottingham Forest. We head into the final quarter of this game. Leeds United 1, Nottingham Forest 0. Pablo Hernandez with a goal on 59 minutes. Cooper,
excellent Cooper,
does really well to read the situation and win the ball back for Leeds, but then Klich loses out as Forest are showing a greater willingness to get involved in the scraps now in the latter stages of this game. They need to do that because they're behind. They've got to try and get themselves level. They have the ball on the edge of the centre circle now with Watson to Grabban. Closed down by Cooper, so he comes out to Lolley on the right-hand side. Joe Lolley, former Huddersfield player. Back to Grabban again. And then on this right-hand side, it's Matty Cash. See much more of him going forward now. Versatile player. Started the game as a full-back, but is operating more in a wing-back role now. Bamford, good layoff, great layoff to Harrison. Harrison drives on. He has plenty to aim at to support him as Forshaw goes wide to the left-hand side. Forshaw in the penalty area now, to left of goal. In it comes to Bamford. Bamford's first touch is heavy, and it just comes off him and goes behind for a goal kick.
Just for Harrison there, he just injected a little bit of pace. I don't know whether he's shattered. I'm looking at him now. I think
whether he's maybe still struggling a little bit.
Maybe, but looking at him is.
It does look like he's put a shift in, doesn't he?
He certainly has put a shift in. Everyone else has done. But they're nearly bashing that chance. I don't know if Bamford, could have had a shout to kind of leave it. But they just spotted Alioski running back towards the dugout. They've been told.
I think Harrison's race may have been run here. Leeds about to bring Alioski on, it would appear. But in the meantime, they're attacking. Well, they were attacking until Klich misplaced the pass. Now they have to start again. And they will start again through Pablo Hernandez. Like a spring chicken out there. Ben White. Hernandez goes wide. Good ball to Dallas. Good possession from Leeds. All that's required now. Harrison will let the ball run. Put a ball to Douglas, who's in a very advanced position. Back in field to Forshaw now. Forshaw back to Douglas on the left-hand side. Leeds still deep in the Forest half. Klich away from goal and back towards goal. Then there's a foul on Forshaw. Another late challenge. Must be a yellow card coming out here. That's the third or fourth in succession on Forshaw as well. And this time there is a yellow card, and Samba marks his introduction to Championship football by getting himself on the referee's book. Another new face coming on shortly for Forest. Mia, the man from Wolves, is about to come on, attacking player. Didn't play too much football at Wolves, spent most of last season on loan at Las Palmas in Spain. So Ben Watson comes off, experienced campaigner, and Mia comes on. And Leeds have a free kick. It's 15 yards outside the penalty area, just in from the touchline, near side. Two men over the ball, Douglas and Phillips, both waiting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white shirts in the area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red shirts. Douglas it is, outswinger, onto the edge of the 6-yard box. Dawson gets in ahead of Bamford, nods the ball down. Mia gets his first touch, and his second touch is to fall over. And he actually gets a free kick, and I'm not entirely sure how he gets a free kick there. But I didn't see an awful lot of contact, to be honest. I saw an overhit attempt to control the ball. But the referee's much closer, and he saw it very differently. 71 minutes gone. Leeds United 1, Nottingham Forest 0. First home game of the centenary season. Leeds will make a change now. Harrison indeed has made his last contribution. Another excellent afternoon from Jack Harrison. Applause rings out all round the ground. Hug for Alioski. And Alioski on this left side will be a pretty much like-for-like swap, I think, that one, won't it?
Should be. You know what you're going to get from Alioski. Energy. Gives literally everything to his teammates. And what you just need, just be positive in possession. Carry on what Harrison's done well there, because I thought Harrison's been another excellent game from him.
It's going to be a Forest corner kick over on the far side. Ameobi was in possession, 2 Leeds players on him. Ben White it was who made the final touch to knock the ball behind. So these are the moments when Leeds have got to stay switched on. Rare opportunity for Nottingham Forest to get a ball into the Leeds penalty area. Matty Cash has gone across to take the corner kick for them. All bar 2 Forest players in or around the penalty area. In the heads go now, and it's a Dawson header. And it's just over the crossbar, and Forest's captain knows that he had an opportunity there. That was a chance.
Big chance, Bryn. Big warning to us as well. We'll mention the height of the 2 centre-halves, and with Dawson, the experienced man, just got a free header just inside that kind of the 6-yard area. That's where you've got to stay tight to people. I know they can get half a yard on you, but stay strong, because now what Forest are doing with Mir coming on up front, I think they've gone 4-4-2. They're just trying to force little mistakes into us like that, but if we can still keep moving the ball quick, still playing at that tempo we know we can, there should be more spaces in that midfield areas with our 3 against their 2.
Just the noise levels dip a little before I'm sure there'll be plenty of volume going into the final stages of this game. We're heading very much in that direction now. 73 minutes upon the clock. Leeds United 1, Nottingham Forest 0. Nottingham Forest in possession. Hernandez can't take the ball from Ameobi, continues a charge forward, pursued all the way by Alioski. Dallas can't make a contact with a sliding challenge, has another go at it to try and get the ball back off Robinson. Robinson forced out to the corner flag, far side, and then intervention from White is an excellent intervention, because Leeds win a throw in as a result of it.
Get back in numbers ever so well, but like the shout out there, stay on your feet, don't have to dive in. It's going nowhere, you're in a good position, you've got bodies around you. But the important thing is getting those bodies back.
Leeds always have to put a proper shift in. It's demanded of them by Marcelo Bielsa, who's down on the edge of the technical area now, crouched down as usual on his haunches, but a conversation going on with other members of the coaching staff, maybe just about to make another change, it would appear here. Leeds, Shackleton is getting himself ready to come on. Fresh pair of legs to get the energy levels back up, maybe the pace back up, so they can take the game back to Nottingham Forest again, finish strongly.
That's certainly one thing Shackleton does possess, and certainly will do, inject that little bit of energy into the team. It's been interesting when he does actually come on. Played a lot of right back, then against Derby County, those playoff games, plays as a centre midfielder, so that's his natural position, coming up through the academy, coming through the 18s, under 23s. That is born and bred kind of centre midfielder, but possesses the kind of football nous knowledge to play the full-back position ever so well, so just be interesting way he puts him on.
Casilla takes plenty of time over this goal kick, players not resumed, you've missed nothing. Leeds are at the stage now where they know the finishing line is in sight, 15 minutes plus added time to go. It's in the centre circle, nodded on by Klich, now Bamford. Bamford does well to play the ball wide to Alioski on the edge of the area. He chips the ball up, comes for Klich on the edge of the box. Not the intended recipient of the pass. Almost works out nevertheless for Leeds before Forest get a desperate foot in to clear. Cooper's done really well to come forward, to advance, to win the header, but now he's got to get back because Forest have possession back again with Ameobi on the halfway line. Cooper goes down to ground. Leeds fans shout for a foul, nothing given. Ameobi still on the far side, going forward, and a great challenge comes in on Ameobi from Dallas, who's just offered them an extra option the away side down that left-hand side. And Dallas has got to stay alert, did on that occasion, got the intervention, got the challenge in to force the ball behind for another Nottingham Forest corner kick. 35,000 plus here. 35453 the attendance at Elland Road this afternoon. Fantastic crowd for the opening home game of the season. Corner kick into the near post area, bobbling around, and it's on the goal line, and it's in! It's forced into the back of the net, a scrappy goal, and Nottingham Forest equalise, and it's Mir who takes the congratulations for forcing the ball in over the goal line. It just dropped into an area where Leeds couldn't get bodies around the ball. Forest shirts got there first, and Nottingham Forest claim an equaliser, 1-1.
We had the warning previous when Dawson had the free header from the corner from the same side. This time the ball's bobbled in around the 6-yard area. They are difficult to defend. Just hoping someone could get a boot on, clear the danger. Unfortunately not. Mir was weird away celebrating there for the final touch. Just managed to squeeze it into the far post.
It really was the scrappiest of goals. Leeds desperately trying, as the ball bounced around, almost on the goal line, bouncing around. Leeds desperately trying to get somebody in to hook it clear. Eventually, it bounced off the foot of the post and spun back and in over the goal line. And Mir it was who claims a debut goal for Nottingham Forest. You could barely say it was deserved on the balance of play, but it was always a danger perhaps. Leeds know that that one goal lead is always a slender one. 1-1 it finished here last season. Leeds will be anxious to try and get themselves back in front in the closing 12 minutes or so of this game. Forshaw on this left-hand side for Leeds. Comes back to Douglas. Douglas back to the halfway line. Cooper lets it run through to Calvin Phillips. Suddenly the Forest voices are heard for almost the first time in the afternoon inside the stadium. Helder Costa ready to come on for Leeds United. Third and final change being prepared by Marcelo Bielsa. Calvin Phillips in his own half. Comes out to Douglas, brings the ball in field. Support from Forshaw. Forshaw in the centre circle. Knocks it wide to White. White helps it to the far touchline to Dallas. Dallas is not the best ball for Forshaw, and now Forshaw will go into the book. It's not an awful lot. He had to make the challenge, but really Dallas didn't give him a lot to work with there, did he? No. And as a result, Forshaw gets his second yellow card of the season.
Just a little build-up play, the passing there. It's almost kind of a bit tentative. Didn't really want to zip it with any conviction. Hence that little mistake, just like sold Forshaw short with the pass. Just get back doing the same things. I know the goal kind of take it out of you a little bit, but still do the same things. As we're making substitution, Klich coming off, for Costa.
So Helder Costa makes his home debut for Leeds United, having made a brief appearance at Bristol City in different circumstances last weekend. Matthias Klich. He's worked really hard, Klich, but really got himself not able to get himself into too many attacking positions so far this afternoon. Helder Costa will hope he can do exactly that in the last 10 minutes plus added time of this fixture. 1-1 the scoreline. Leeds in front through Hernandez, then conceding a messy equalising goal just a couple of minutes ago when they seemed well set for a second victory of the season.
All it means with Helder Costa coming on, Bryn. He's gone to the right hand side. Pablo on the ball now. He'll just drift into that little number 10 role. Try and get him on the ball as much as possible. That's the player who'll make things happen. Get on half turn. Try and play passes inside.
Leeds have just been awarded what was effectively a double free kick. 2 fouls committed on Leeds players, both on the right hand side touchline. The further forward of those two was Patrick Bamford, who limps away from his foul challenge, and Leeds take a free kick up towards the edge of the penalty area. Will they get a corner kick? Yes, they will. Dallas, who looks tired as well, just so much work has been put in by Stuart Dallas down that right hand side at both ends, and as he continues to try and make his contribution, he does earn Leeds United a corner kick. How dearly Leeds need to make this one count, as we take another check on the scoreboard clock that tells us there are 9 minutes remaining. In it goes. Heads go up from Cooper, and Cooper's header goes wide. And he was in a good position, he'd risen well, but he was just stretching his back a little as he made contact with the ball. It came off his forehead, glanced off his forehead, and went behind for a goal kick.
You're right, Brendan, he was just stretching, wasn't he? Just needed that extra half an inch height on him, just to get more of a contact on him.
It's at a time like this when you think, well, Leeds have worked so hard already, can they possibly find the energy levels to go again? But that's what Marcelo Bielsa will demand of them. As Dawson's under pressure with Bamford on his back, and Dawson is forced to clear the ball into touch on this near side. Alioski wants to take a quick throw in for Leeds, but then he leaves it as Douglas comes up to provide more support from the back. To Forshaw. Forshaw, good ball in field to Hernandez. Hernandez to Phillips. He's 25-30 yards outside the Nottingham Forest penalty area. Dallas right side, further forward. Now Helder Costa, first chance for him maybe. Back it goes to Douglas. Douglas still with Costa in support, gives the ball back to the new man. Costa takes on the defender. Can he get a cross in? Good wing play. Helder goes down in the penalty area. Referee waves his flag, waves his arms and says nothing doing. And the best Leeds get from that is a corner kick. Well, Costa wriggled in between 2 challenges and went to ground there. Big shout from behind the goal. But all Leeds get is a corner.
Well, a challenge more kind of the other stadium in Leeds, at Leeds Rhinos, more of a rugby tackle was that.
Leeds get nothing bar the corner, so can they make this count instead? In it comes, curled in again. Heads go up in the 6-yard box. It's cleared away by Worrall. Comes back out to Forshaw. Forshaw to Costa. Sun's back out again at Elland Road. Weird weather. Now, on that far side, Douglas. Phillips back to Douglas again. under pressure. 2 Forest players pushing Leeds back, and it goes all the way back to Casilla. Forest doing to Leeds what Leeds have been doing to them most of the afternoon in these closing stages. Now it's Pablo Hernandez. He can turn and look up for Leeds and look forward for Leeds. Blows his cheeks out. Goal scorer. What can he open up here? Goes short wide to Forshaw, just inside the Forest half. Right hand side. Back in field to Calvin Phillips. Phillips out to the near side to Douglas. Douglas gets help from Forshaw. Leeds playing the ball across the halfway line. Forshaw again in possession in the sunlight. Out wide it goes to Dallas. And back to Forshaw again. Leeds trying to work an opening. Douglas has made space for himself down this left-hand side. Hernandez, though, goes down the right. Chips the ball up over the top. Foot in there from Robinson. And then a kick on to Dallas inside the penalty area. Again, nothing going as far as the referee is concerned. As the Leeds fans behind the goal felt there was a claim for a penalty kick there. Leeds do really well through Forshaw to win the ball back. Inside their own half. Can they get the ball going forward again? Forshaw waits in space patiently. Too much done on that occasion before White needs help from Costa. And then Forshaw surely dropped to the ground by Sammy Ameobi. He is. And Ameobi tries to block a quick free kick being taken, which I didn't think was allowed anymore. And Ameobi should retreat. He doesn't. Leeds go back anyway. But Hernandez has the ball in more space. Just over 5 minutes remaining here. Leeds 1, Nottingham Forest 1. Hernandez goes wide, over the head of Costa. It's too long for Costa, and Hernandez knows he's played better balls than that in his career. Carries out for a throw-in.
People just trying to say to Costa to stay a little bit wider, but trying to make that run in behind the full-back. Just don't force things. If you look at the clock, 5 minutes to go plus stoppage. Still keep trying to do the right things.
Ameobi for Forest on the far side. They're in their own half. It's given away to Dallas. Dallas up and over the top, looking for Bamford. Worrall on his back, tight to him as he has been for much of the afternoon. Manages to make the clearance. And it's won back really well through a reinvigorated Stuart Dallas, who's then fouled. A lot of late challenges coming in with these increasingly clumsy Forest attempts to win possession back now. Maybe that's with both sides tiring a little. In fact, both sides tiring a lot, I'd say. Forshaw. Dallas is, he's really almost limping now. As the ball goes wide to Costa, he should have plenty of energy and plenty of running to go at the defender Robinson, who stands between him and the penalty area. He gives the ball away to Robinson. Costa will be happy with himself there. But Forshaw again does magnificently well to win the ball back, and again is fouled. This time by Ameobi. Well, he's the most foul player that we've seen on view this afternoon. Keeps getting in there, keeps winning possession back for Leeds, keeps getting dropped, keeps getting back to his feet and doing it all over again. Also picked up a yellow card for his efforts in the meantime as well. Leeds have a free kick, and there's a good position to get the ball into the penalty area. This is an opportunity for Leeds. Under 4 minutes of normal time remaining. Can they make this count? Into the area it goes from Douglas. He goes long, deep towards Alioski. It loops up in the air off the head of Cash. Comes back out to the edge of the area to Hernandez. Leeds keep players in the penalty area. Now Alioski in space just outside the area. Great challenge coming in from Semedo. Hernandez has it back again. Trying to work something for Leeds now. On this left side, Alioski supports. Alioski makes a run. The door is closed by Cash, and then Hernandez loses out to So, and then it's given away again, and Leeds almost have the ball back, and they'll win it back through Phillips in their own half. And now it's Douglas in the right back position, goes back to Casilla, and Casilla can just play a straight ball out of the penalty area to White, and then White goes wide, and comes back to White again. Leeds in their own half. Now Phillips. Hernandez waits out wide, left-hand side, has the ball on the halfway line. It's a difficult one for Alioski. He'll chase gamely, but Cash will get there ahead of him. And at this late stage, Matty Cash is more than happy just to clear the ball into touch. 87.5 minutes gone. Leeds 1, Forest 1. Ball back up into the Leeds half. Ben White nods it into the path of Cooper. Cooper goes back to Kiko Casilla. Casilla out to the penalty area again to Liam Cooper. Forshaw short, still Leeds in their own half. Increasing need for them to get the ball into that Forest half now. Mull of Kintyre, the Forest fans' song. There's the noise you can here at the moment in the background. Alioski chases gamely towards the corner flag, but the ball has been overhit and he won't win that, and Forest are in no hurry at all to take this throw in. Alioski goes to retrieve the ball and gives it back to Matty Cash, and Matty Cash is standing infield as if he's not even taking part in the same game as Alioski before he eventually retreats to the position to take the throw in. Cooper wins it, goes back out again over this near side touchline. Just a little frustrated reaction from Liam Cooper there. He's trying to keep the ball in play so they can get themselves an opportunity at least in these closing few minutes.
Just scrappy in, we just can't get a bit of rhythm, bit of momentum.
Nottingham Forest probably happy with what they've got, certainly having been one down in this second period. Costa comes right side for Leeds. Costa to Forshaw. Forshaw outside the box. Now Dallas goes back to Hernandez on the edge of the area. Pablo Hernandez, ball at his feet, goes back to Dallas. Dallas lifts it into the penalty area. Costa's pulled off his man, but I think the cross is going to carry too far. It does, and it goes behind. More frustration for Leeds United. Now it's all eyes on the fourth official as we await the board going up in the next 30 seconds or so. Anticipate 4 or 5 minutes probably to be added here. Home fans whistling as Forest waste more time. Forest lost their opening game of the season, of course, at home to West Bromwich Albion. Leeds were winning away at Bristol City. This has been a much harder afternoon for Leeds than that was. Nottingham Forest have been dogged. Alioski is being just that now. Very strong challenge, very fair challenge, but strong challenge from Cash and Alioski. Gets up quickly, doesn't mess around, takes the throw in. Hernandez, 4 minutes goes up on the board. Hernandez not brought down, says the referee, as he was trying to run towards the edge of the Forest penalty area, and it's Forest who come away with the ball. As we move into those added minutes now, Lolley sees the ball spin away, wins possession back for Forest, tries to switch the play to Robinson on the left-hand side. Costa takes it off Costa. Now yes, Costa gets away from Robinson, and Robinson as a result hacks into the ground. He'll be yellow carded, but the frustration for Leeds there is that Costa was in with a run potentially.
He was. You have to say from a Forest point of view, it's a good yellow card, you'll take them all day long. You've seen Costa start to open his legs up.
So play stops and we'll restart with a Leeds free kick just inside the Forest half. Calvin Phillips will take it. The referee still making notes in the book as the yellow card count rises. Phillips back to Hernandez. Hernandez infield to Cooper. Cooper's under pressure. Hernandez helps out. Doesn't get the ball. It goes back to Ben White. Leeds fans are more keen to see the ball go forward at this late stage with the game poised as it is at 1-1. Alioski can't thread a pass to Douglas, but Douglas does really well to block the clearance forward by Cash, which means the ball stays up deep in that Forest half, and Alioski again goes to retrieve and gives the ball back to Matty Cash to make sure he takes the throw in quickly. The referee signals that he realises what's going on here, that Forest are wasting time, so maybe more to be added to the 4 minutes as it is. We're up to 47 on the clock, 2 to go. Signs are that Nottingham Forest may claim themselves what they'll see as a very good point from this trip to West Yorkshire. Ameobi near side does really well for the away team, takes on 3 Leeds players, keeps the ball in play and ends up winning his side a throw-in on this near side level with the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Cash comes forward to take it, and again Alioski goes to get the ball for him to try and get him to play the game more quickly. Cash throws short to Grabban, who's come out to the penalty area with Phillips on his back towards the corner flag. Grabban is forced and takes it in towards the corner flag, and Leeds will win the throw in right down by that corner flag, down below us to our right hand side. We're up to almost up to the 48th minute now. 49 minutes minimum to be played this afternoon here at Elland Road. Leeds 1, Nottingham Forest 1. Is there one last chance for Leeds yet? They've got a long way to go with the ball if they're going to create it. Hernandez, in fact, sees a looping header won by Forest on the near side, but then it's played out to Alioski, and Costa makes a run, and then it's switched wide for Dallas as he got another lung burster in him. It looks like he might have. Robinson just gets there ahead of Stuart Dallas, far side. But credit the Leeds player for tremendous effort in trying to get to that ball and at least forcing the Forest player to concede the throw-in. So Leeds do have one last opportunity. A few more seconds will be added on for Forest's attempts to kill time, I think, in this added period. Here they come. Costa, left-hand side. Can he get up to the edge of the penalty area? Yes, he can. Into the penalty area. Goes down. Referee has another long look at it. And again gives absolutely nothing. Little arm in the back. It looked like I've held a Costa there as he ran away from the marking defender. And the referee having absolutely none of it again. Still Leeds come, still a chance. Outside the penalty area, Alioski now to Douglas, needs a good ball in. Douglas goes far, it's difficult for Dallas, it's looping beyond Dallas, and Ameobi strong in the challenge and holds Dallas off. That's not the best ball from Douglas. Another big shout for Leeds there.
I'd like to see that back again, Bryn, because full flight with Elder Costa, change of speed was remarkable. Just shot out of there down the right hand side. And when you're in that full flight, full speed, any slight touch going to put you off balance, and it did look like the arm was in his back. I don't know if it was enough to have a penalty, but certainly worth the question.
Well, we're in added time now as Leeds defend. Calvin Phillips with the header forward, and then it comes for Forshaw. Forshaw hooks into the centre circle. Surely not another opportunity for Leeds. The ball is in the Leeds half now. It's not where Leeds want it. Now they have a chance to come forward with Dallas to Costa on the right-hand side again, and the chance will not materialise into anything of note because the referee signals full time here at Elland Road. So frustration for the home fans. Much of what they've seen, I'm sure, was good today. They got in front through Pablo Hernandez just before the hour and then conceded a scrappy goal to Forest late on, which means that the opening home game of this season ends in a little bit of disappointment and a scoreline that reads Leeds United 1, Bristol City 1.
I think that's the word, Bryn, frustration more than anything, because I think we did enough to win the game. We're on top throughout. Don't think we created too many clear-cut opportunities, but when you go 1-0 up, that fantastic finish by Pablo, you expect us to probably go on and get another goal or very least see the game out. And that was a disappointing thing. We had the warning shot by Dawson's free header that went over the bar from a corner. A few minutes later, they had another corner from the same side. We just didn't manage to get it clear. Obviously, we've got the bodies in the box. We're a physical team. Just managed to squeeze into the far post. And like I said, that'll be the frustration because we did enough to win the game, but we just didn't get over that line.
So the two sets of players come off. They've both put in good shifts. Both sides have worked really hard this afternoon. In the sunshine at the moment, we've had heavy rain as well. But the disappointment will linger for the home fans. Nottingham Forest will be happy enough with their away point, but Leeds United will be disappointed that they've seen 2 points just about slip away there, having got themselves into a commanding position. Pablo Hernandez putting the side in front. It was a scrappy goal from a corner kick on an afternoon when Forest really threatened very little in an attacking sense, that ultimately sees the away side going away from here with a scoreline that reads exactly as it did last season. Leeds United 1, Nottingham Forest 1.